How can I use storytelling in my webinars? First of all, I want to encourage you to do so. And here's why. One of the rules in the book, Brain Rules by John Medina, says that if we want people to remember critical concepts, we have to introduce them with a story. Now, why is that so? Well, as human beings, we are meaning makers. That's how we remember anything, is by creating context, recalling context, building context, so that in our mental filing cabinets, we have a place to put new information. So when we're facilitating training of any kind, we want to help people rediscover or find for the first time the context for any information that we provide. And one of the best ways to do that is by telling a good solid story. So if I'm going to tee up a story, I'm going to give you some essential items to include in that story. So every good story has a hero. It could be you or somebody you're telling the story about. And every story then has that lead character encounter an obstacle or a challenge that they have to figure out how to resolve. In the virtual classroom, a story could include a successful outcome. So what did they do to resolve it and what was the result of that? Or a story might include a failed outcome. What did they fail to do and what was the impact of that? And then every story we tell should end with a statement about what the message is. What was the point of that story? Sometimes we call that the moral. So that's the structure for telling a good story that tees up any critical concept that you want someone to remember. You can tell some of those stories. The other thing you can do is ask good, juicy questions that get your participants to share their stories, to share their context. And those stories could be success stories or failure stories so that they can share with each other a time when they successfully solved a problem or a time when they failed to solve the problem and what was the impact. Those are two ways to bring the element of storytelling into your web workshops. And when you do, you're going to create solid context that will help people remember what they learned.